Peace and blessings, everyone. It's me, Coach Ed, here with another video for you guys. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Um, what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about an article that I read about the possibility of an 18 game schedule for the NFL. I'm going to give you my opinion in reference to that. What do I think? Do I think it's a good idea? Do I not think it's a think it's a good idea or not? So we're going to go into that and um, give you my thoughts in reference to this. But before I do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification so you always know when I post new content, share on all your social media platforms, and like this video. It really helps my channel, and it's totally free for you guys. Doesn't cost you anything. So now I was reading an article on Bleacher Report about the possibility of the NFL in the future going to an 18 game regular season schedule. Now, with that, now we've seen that the NFL went to 17 games, and to do that, they reduced the preseason from 4 to 3 games, going from 16 to 17 and going from 4 down to 3. Well, if they go to the 18 game schedule, they're going to go to 2 preseason games. Now, we know what this is all about. This is all about the money. All right. Let's not fool ourselves. That's all it's about. That's what the owners are really after. It's about that money. Preseason games, most fans really don't watch it unless you're, really a local and you want to see what's going on with your team. But most of the rest of the country, they don't watch it. So you're not really getting major TV viewership. You'll show something, but it'll be moderate. It's not like a big impact game. And I believe the ticket costs are also a lot cheaper. So it's not like you're paying a full ticket price during the regular season. So the owners, of course, they want that money. And as a business, I understand that. I really do. But my concern with this is, number one, I don't think it's a good look. Um, to me, it hurts your product. And what do I mean by that? Number one, we've already seen with 3 preseason games, teams are trying to figure out how to identify the talent that they want. In the past, was 4 preseason games. Your first two were, your your main players, your starters, key players. They played a few series within the first 2 games, maybe a quarter. By week 3 in the preseason, those players pretty much went the full first half and then maybe half of the third quarter. And then from there, you went with the rest of the guys. And in the last preseason game, you're really giving the last guys who are really fighting for an opportunity to get onto the roster um, an opportunity to play in the games. And that's where you pick from. But now you've reduced that, and teams have to try and figure out how to adjust to identify the talent. Now, there is some questions about the quality of play. You can make that argument. I know some people say, oh, well, they're professionals. They practice 365 days a year. That's not really true. With the rules, the way the game is played nowadays, most of the times practice is really a walkthrough. They do more mental practice. Line up, let's walk here. If they do this, this is where we go. You're having your meetings. That's where a lot of your work is done. And then when you go out to the field, you may do a little bit of your agilities, work on a little bit of basic individuals at the beginning, and then really fine tune the practice of the opponent that you're going up against. So the 365 day a year practice that most people think they have is not really practice. It's more of a walkthrough. With football, the best way to get better is through physical contact. It really is. I understand about the injuries, but that's the best way to get better. In years past, the quality of play was a lot better. So right now, taking away that extra preseason game does not allow players to ramp their bodies up. Going with 3 causes more issues, in my opinion. Now you want to go to 18 games and then reduce two. It does not give the players enough time to ramp their bodies up and get ready for the season. The games are already hard enough as it is. So, and now you're going to play 18 regular season games. Then you're going to add on the playoff games. So that's going to extend it. How are you going to adjust for the playoffs? Because now you have an extra team. What are you going to do? Are you going to add an extra team, which will probably add another game? There's so many different factors. I have concerns with that. There's also the concern about player safety. They talk about player safety. Well, you're not giving the guys enough time to really ramp their bodies up and opening themselves up for injury to injury. So these are some of my concerns. Now, I really hope they dive into that and they really look at it and they come back with a more effective and efficient way. If you're going to go to 18, how do you really help the players be better players? How do you minimize some of the injuries that they're going to face? Do you add on two more preseason games just because of this? I know it says they're talking about two preseason games, but maybe you do need to go to four because it is needed. It is really needed for these guys to ramp up their bodies as well as, get on the same page, become more proficient at doing their job. So this is my opinion. This is what I feel. I don't think it's a good idea to go to 18 games. I never thought it was a good idea to go to 17 games. 16 was the right number with the four preseason games. Now, in the article, you'll also see they've even talked about maybe even going to 20 games with no preseason games. And that's even crazier in my opinion. So, but again, that's my opinion. You guys, let me know what you think. All right. Make sure you leave a comment and tell me what you think about this thought of going to 18 games. I'll also leave the link to the article so you can read the story yourselves and make your own opinions in reference to this. So, all right, I thank you all for tuning in. I hope you really appreciate where I'm coming from with this. But again, let me know your thoughts, whether you like the idea or whether you don't like the idea. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. And as I always say in sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.